Well, it's Sunday, September 17th, 2 days after the Missouri opener, and I'm heading down south to finally get in the woods. I'm going to do a little observational scouting sit slash hunting. I'm taking my bow, but I'm mainly just studying some deer movement. I'm going to be sitting in like one of the only stands that's going to be good for the wind direction that we're getting this evening. We've got a northeast wind direction, and really only two of my tree stands out of the like 8 on this property are good for that wind direction. Always scout more than you hunt. That is a good rule that I've learned from hunters more experienced and more wise than myself, and also just common sense. Practice makes perfect, and if you're constantly playing games with no preparation and you never practice for the game, you're not going to win many games. So we got to stop by Wade's house. He might come with me. I don't know. I'm waiting on him to text me back. I'm not sure if he did any self-filming hunts yesterday or on opening day or whatever, but I'll have to ask him when I see him. And so I'm excited to get in the woods and finally get some deer movement under my belt and see some things. Super pumped. All right, we are rolling up here. So many memories. So many hunting memories. And let's get dressed and get everything ready to roll. And silly me forgot to turn on one of the trail cameras that we set last weekend, the one where we made the mock scrape in the woods. Yeah, we both forgot to turn it on, so I gotta do that. All right, we're on the way to the stand. Literally as soon as I just turned the camera off and kept walking, I just jumped a doe that was bedding right here on the fence line. But good news is she didn't even look at me. She didn't smell me. She didn't blow. She just heard something coming and scared her, and she jumped up. So obviously not ideal, but not the end of the world. Because she didn't smell us. We got the wind right in our face, which was the plan. Haven't had any movement yet from any deer, which is pretty expected for this time of year in the 5 o'clock hour. Nevertheless, very excited to get this season underway. Mostly a observational sit tonight, just watching this big hayfield here. Deer usually this time of year start filtering out there about an hour before dark, 45 minutes before dark. And if it's anything like the past, I'll have some deer to my north out in this 40. This big field to my left, which this here to my left has already been mowed, raked, and baled. So that's good for visibility. This is where we're putting our rye food plot. But honestly, if I just get some footage of some deer at all and learn a little bit about their movement right now with what's here, that's a success in my book. I'm way more interested in sitting here low risk because the wind is perfect. I'm not going into bedding
just watching this intersection here in between these two fields. So I expect to see some deer. So we'll see what we see.
Check a little wind. Supposed to be north-northeast. We'll see if that's true. North. That's great wind for this spot. Thank you, Lord, that he didn't blow, number one. And number two, thank you, Lord, that he got that close, because that was a button buck. Looked like a 2-year-old doe. And I grabbed my bow. So thank God he got that close. I looked down and I saw his tiny, tiny little nubs. They weren't even poking through the fur yet. Perfectly legal, but I don't want to kill button bucks.
He never once looked up at me. He came out of nowhere, doing exactly what I said, giving me a perfect, irresistible. He got to the base of my ladder. He was checking out my ground scent. And it was just my ground scent that got him uneasy. He never got a whiff of me. My wind was going the exact opposite way, and he never even looked up at me, never heard me. So success there. I got away with filming him, and I didn't get busted. It was literally just my ground scent at the base of my ladder that he didn't like. So they are officially on the move this evening. I'm either killing does or big bucks. That's the idea anyway. That's the idea anyway. That's the idea anyway.
One really useful tip that's pretty common knowledge, common sense, but can be overlooked, like me right now, because I haven't done it yet, is to range things that are near you within bow range, so that you know when a deer gets into that area, what the range is, and it just saves that one extra step of having to range a deer. Especially especially self-filming like this. So like I can range that hay bale over there. It's at 34 yards. I can range to my right this opening. Some of this brown vegetation, this overgrown stuff, there's a little patch of it. And that's it. The nearest side of it's 32 yards. This little opening right here, kind of where that button buck came from, it's 25 yards. This tree right here, 25 yards. This little tree right here, 14 yards. You get the idea. That way, if a deer comes in quick and you gotta get the camera going and everything, you don't have time for that one last step. That really helps if you already know a good base foundation for your range. Wish I could have got better footage of that doe. It's all right. Well, I would in fact be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. I'm pretty surprised that it's been this slow. But we've still got 30, 40 minutes of shooting light, so I'm not like totally worried. I just thought for sure that I'd see more by now than I have. But that was kind of the intention of tonight. I wasn't taking it too serious. I was just trying to learn a little bit. Scout. I mean, I wasn't hurting anything. I've got good wind. Literally everything's a deer. There's like 17 bushes out there and stuff that look like deer. Then when I get the binoculars on them and I'm like, no, that's a thistle. I just know something's gonna pop out. I just know it. I can feel it. I would be willing to bet decent amount of money that there are deer out in this hayfield. They're just so hard to see, especially now that it's getting dark. That hay out there is 3 feet tall. You'd pretty much only see their neck and head. But man, I've been glassing it like crazy, and I haven't seen any movement. We're about 20 minutes from losing camera light / shooting light. There could be 56 deer on the other side of that hill, and I would never know. Usually this time of year,
You sit here in the evening and you'll see 10 to 15 deer filter out here.
There's a buck coming, and I think he's good size. That's a shooter.
Quack. Quack.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun. I hit him high. He's gonna be fine. I hit him way high, son of a gun. May have misjudged yardage. Dang it, man. Son of a gun. That was great shot left to right. Perfect left to right. Just literally way too high. Top of the shoulder blade. I got good penetration, but he's gonna be fine. I'm not even worried about that. I'm gonna call Wade. Because we've been training Ollie how to track. Man, that's a big deer. I think he's 9 points. That deer's in the low 140s. High 130s. I'm trying to give myself some grace, but I hate that more than anything. I would have rather missed. Obviously. I know I'm not gonna find that deer unless God intervenes. Lord, please tell me I hit something that I don't know about.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
Talk to me.
So I haven't watched the footage yet. I'm blowing Wade up right now, trying to.
You just been sitting tight?
Sorry, my brain. I'm so scatterbrained and so flustered that I left my bow in the woods, so I have to drive all the way down there to get it.
Your phone?
My bow.
Oh, your bow.
Either an inch below his spine, because I'm like, hey, as soon as I saw impact, I'm like, spine! Like, yes, it's not ideal, but he's gonna die. Nope, he took off full freaking speed like a bolt of lightning. So I'm like, okay, not spine, But I need to look at the footage right now to see if it was above spine or below spine. If it's above spine, I'm not even looking. Like, it's literally just skin. If it's below spine, there's lots of muscles and possible.
Yeah, that's no man's land in there.
Right, but at least if I'm below the spine, you got lungs right in there in that neighborhood, and maybe since I'm shooting at such a high elevated angle, the back exit side is 3 inches lower or something, and maybe I got back the top of his far side lung.
Newsstand where it rained on us the first time we went down.
No, this is the food plot stand. Where the double stand used to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Wade's calling me.
All right, bye.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Did you see my text?
I read through it real quick.
Okay, well, probably second biggest buck of my life. I'm not thinking we'll find him. So, I don't know. Depending on what I see with the footage, if it looks better than what I think it is, I literally think this deer is fine. I don't even think we'll find blood. Like, if you were to walk up to a deer and put your hand on its back and squeeze a fistful of skin, I think that's what I got. But
Yeah, you just cut the fat on them.
I literally think that's what happened. But again, the arrow did stick. It stuck. So I was kind of thinking if I only got fat, wouldn't I get a pass through really easy?
Oh, easy.
So
Yeah,
it
so you
stuck.
either-
Like the arrow was like halfway in, halfway out.
Was he running? Was he hurting when he was running?
Oh no. He was running like nothing happened. He was running like I just yelled at him. You can either, do you want to just head over here, or do you want to wait for me to look for blood, look at footage, do all that?
Watch the footage.
Okay.
And let me know.
Okay. Will do.
Okay.
Later.
Let me know.
Will do.
Thanks.
So I think this is better than I thought. If you look here, I'll put it in super slow-mo. He ducks the arrow. That doesn't help. Boom, you can see that little spot right above the shoulder. About 3 inches down, so it's below the spine, which gives me hope. Let's watch that back again. You're not going to be able to see this, just sending it over Messenger anyway. So right here is where I bap. He looks over at me right there. Watch. There's a little spot right there. Right behind the shoulder, about 3 inches below his back.
What is the verdict, my guy?
Okay, so I just got to the spot where I put my bow down. I'm about to go grab my bow. Did you get that video?
Yes.
You probably can't see jack.
It's pretty pixelated, but I think I can see.
Yeah, it's actually
I
better.
think I can see right where it hits. It's like right. I mean, you can kind of see like his humerus pointing out, and it looks like it hit right above it.
Yeah, I was thinking
Which,
like right to the left, and I mean like as close as you can get to the shoulder, but missing the shoulder, like
yeah,
missing the actual shoulder bone, like just like half of an inch behind the shoulder bone and 3 inches down from the back. And if you could hear from the audio, that was a solid whack.
yeah. It looks like you probably caught the top of both lungs.
Oh, praise God if that's true.
I hope so.
I'm really, 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 really hoping I can find my arrow. All right, I'm heading out to the field to go grab my bow first off, and second off, go stand where I shot him, see if there's like immediate good blood. I'll actually drive through the field, see if I can just body spot him. I highly doubt it though, because I saw him cross the fence. As you heard Wade say, he's shot them high up like that, and they didn't go very far. Where he thought it was too high, and actually they didn't go very far. So that I know to check. But I was so flustered in all this that I left my bow down here by the stand. I had to take my backpack off to adjust it because it was like unzipping and stuff was falling out because it's not big enough to hold all this stuff. Oh Lord, help me either find this deer or help him be totally fine. Well, I looked for first blood. I couldn't find it, but it's so tall out there that, man, I don't know how I'm gonna find first blood. The good news is he turned and crossed the fence, and it's just short grass over there. So I'm really, really hoping that I can find first blood over there. There's the man with the plan. Just really praying that I hit him as good as I think I did, and he seems to think that I did. What do you think, Master Man?
Let's go get him.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. First blood.
Finally found
First blood of the year. Yeah, we're gonna track. He jumped through the fence right there. It looks like there's a little bit of blood up there on that stick. He ran way out, made a big loop out in the field, came here, was looking for a place to cross the fence, finally got one, and we're gonna hope he is close by. It's not a ton of blood, but it's a consistent trail, so I hope tracking him is easy. I hope he's right over here. Yeah. Oh, fun little story.
Yeah. I guess you could call it fun. It's one of the biggest turkeys of my life, and I missed him twice.
These shells here. Poor Mylan was hunting back in 2020, he said.
Yep.
Missed the big old gobbler. Oh, the times. All I can say, bud, is there's a reason it's called hunting and not killing.
Yeah. We found drops of blood there where he crossed the fence, and we followed it from that point, like, not in a straight line, but total, we followed it, what would you say, 150 yards probably? 100?
I'd say from this fence to where we last saw it, maybe 200.
200, yeah.
Total.
And then we could not find it from that point forward. I personally think he's fine. If you look at this here, I screenshotted this so that I would have it for moments like these. But if I hit the spine, he would immediately he would have hit the ground.
Yeah.
And like I said, my arrow...
I mean, you were up in a tree stand, so you could
my vein side of my arrow was sticking out this far, so that's about halfway.
Yeah.
He was running with half an arrow in him. So that means I was... That has to mean I was below the spine. Which means lung. The top lung.
Yeah, you might have caught one lung, or you grazed the top of one, hit the other, and then you just hit scapula on the other side. I think
because
I think he took a hard right.
If that dude
down, I think he took a hard right.
Never land, because we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I think get some light out there. Focus on that last blood.
I'm like, dude, with that blood sitting out there all night, is your dog even going to be able to pick that up after it sits out there?
Oh yeah.
You think?
Yeah. No, I don't know what he's going to do with it.
Well, yeah, but like, will he at least
especially
be
with us
able
walking
to get
around,
a good
so
whiff?
he's going to smell
us, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so. So you give it a shot tomorrow.
If you think I hit lung, I'm gonna take the footage home and I'm gonna put it in the software. I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna zoom way in and watch it 1,000 times and see where I think I hit him. I think I already know where I hit him, but I'm just, yeah. Well,
but you gotta try, I think.
Yeah, I think I have to.
Yeah,
but I don't even know where to start though. Like, if we couldn't find blood tonight with bright lights, I don't know why we think we're gonna tomorrow, but
yeah, you might be surprised. I think he took a hard, like a
I guess we'll be able to see
right.
better and be able to navigate better.
Yeah, I think he took a real hard right there. at that last blood, and we didn't really go that way. I looked.
You're taking off tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if I don't just come back early morning and see if we can save the meat if we do find him quick. And I'll just work the last half of the day and then work overtime the rest of the week to catch up.
But
I'll be at your house at 6 or 7.
yeah, whenever.
So we'll continue this tomorrow, and we'll
Come down and look for.
we'll give the dog a good practice run and look with our eyes a little better and pray. So
That's right. Track. You ready to go to work, homeboy? Yep, that's your toy. That's your tracking toy. You ready to do the real thing? Well, I'm back this morning. This is the entrance to the woods. This is the trail right here. Where he entered, where we established blood last night. And so we're going to continue from here. Wade is almost here with the dog. I'm really praying that the dog can do it, that he can get a good enough whiff to kind of memorize the scent and that he can stay on it. Like I said, he's only had a couple weeks of practice, but it's kind of our last ditch hope. Just praying for one of two things. Number one, that I did clip a top lung or hit that aortic artery that runs right below the spine, something like that, to cause enough bleeding to expire him. Not ideal, but at least we can find him. Or the other option is I hope that I was actually above the spine and I hit enough fat and meat to where I didn't hit any vitals, and he's gonna live and he won't be severely wounded. So one of those two things. You were right. I literally have only been here 2 minutes.
What?
Like, if I'd have waited at your house for another 2 minutes.
That's fine.
You tell me where your boy's at, please.
Well, we had no luck.
Nothing, no blood, no anything.
Nope. He got on a couple of trails, and I let him go here and there for 40 or 50 yards in a few different directions, and I never saw any blood. So
I'm jumping does all over the place where I'm at. This is doe bedding central. I'm almost over to the neighbor's fence, so I'm just gonna walk that fence kind of over by his pond where that buck back in 2015 died when it was a long track job, like I was telling you. I'm just gonna graze that and then walk back.
okay.
Are you at the truck, or?
Yeah, I just got here. I think we're gonna head out.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm thinking that buck might still be alive and doing just fine.
Oh yeah, that's what I said immediately when I shot him. In the raw footage, I said I'm not even worried about it. The deer's fine. Like that was my first initial judgment based on where I saw the arrow.
Yeah. Yep.
So thanks for the help, buddy.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
Hey, he's still out there.
Yep.
He'll be back.
Oh yeah, he never busted me, he never saw me, so I don't think he'll be too spooked. He's just a little like confused and in some pain. Well, there's definitely ups and downs to bow hunting, and this would be, I guess, kind of a mixture of both. It's a down because we didn't successfully harvest a nice buck,
but it's an up because he's going to be fine. He's going to be just fine. Hope he stays in the area. I think he will. He doesn't know that it was a human. He never smelled me. He might smell me now, my ground scent, now that I've been through the entire woods. But I think he'll be back. Nice 3-year-old, maybe 4-year-old. With that, thank you guys for watching, and sorry we couldn't get the job done. I'm just glad that it wasn't worse and we didn't like mortally wound him and find pools and pools of blood but no deer and all that, but that's not the case. I think I hit right above the spine and just got meat and skin. I didn't think that's what I did because it sounded like a solid whack, and the arrow sunk in about halfway. And but I don't know, hopefully we see him again, and I feel better about myself. I mean, did I make a perfect shot? No, but at the same time, if the deer didn't duck, that was literally a heart shot. Unfortunate, but we'll try again next time. We'll be back in the woods at a different spot. I'm gonna let this property cool down for about 2 weeks, probably till October. I'll let it cool down after all the ground scent I just spread through here. I'll still scout it, but I'm done walking through it and driving through it for a couple weeks. So we'll be back here in October. We're gonna go do some freezer hunting, some doe hunting at another place here in a few days. Thank you.